Well, Happy New Year, vinyl community. This is Jacob coming to you from the Dallas Open Micer YouTube channel with a shrink wrap removal spectacular. Now, if it's no longer New Year's season, well, you can still enjoy this video. Maybe it's the month of February where all that hope for the new year has begun to fade, and you're facing the harsh realities of life and 2023. Well, this video might bring you some cheer. What I've got for you are some finds from the Josey Records end of year clearance sale. They had their, oh, I shouldn't have revealed that so soon. Their clearance records were, well, they had 20% off on their regular used stuff, but their $2 clearance records were marked down to 25 cents. And in this installment on my channel, I'm going to show you, I've pulled all of the records that have shrink that needs removing, and I'm going to pack all that into one shrink removal spectacular for your enjoyment and mine. My last shrink removal spectacular resulted in a living room floor full of old plastic wrappers. So I think for today I've got a trash receptacle provided by the good folks at Trader Joe's. I'm not sponsored by them, but I do enjoy shopping with them. All right, as we say in the vinyl community, because we don't always know what else to say, without further ado, shrink removal begins. Got this Dave Dudley record. This is Dave Dudley. He's not trucking in this one, he's traveling. But for those of you that like trucking songs, you probably are the kind of folks that like songs of the open road, of getting out, maybe traveling on a train, waiting for a train. They've got Pan American, bumming around, Alabama, freight train, he'll have to go. There's some movement. Get that man out. But Dave Dudley here, he does not deserve this dented corner and what would be an otherwise spectacularly preserved time capsule from the 1960s. He should have the shrink removed. Sorry about the placement of that that lamp back there. Give me the glare. Let's see. Glorious Mercury right there. Dave Dudley without the shrink. Fantastic. Now we're off to a great start. Here we got some more shrink. The best of the Clancy brothers with Tommy Makem on Tradition. Now the shrink wasn't able to prevent that split from happening there, but here we go. And now let's see what's on here. The best. The Jug of Punch, the Parting Glass. Oh, some good stuff. Whiskey, You're the Devil. Well, don't let my whiskey hear you say that. Here we have the electronically processed, reprocessed sounds of Johnny Horton. What a shame they did that to him. But anyway, won't make it sound better, but nicer cover there. Johnny Horton without the shrink. Don't think I'm gonna have to clean much of that. Maybe just along the edge. Some more shrink wrapped country. This is the Best of Hank Thompson, Volume 2. It's that 70s Capitol there, and it's got the punch that indicated nobody wanted to buy that. Anyway, I was happy to buy this for 25 cents. Wonder what kind of tracks end up on Hank Thompson's. I do hate it when they put the sticker. These Josey stickers are pretty easy to remove, but anyway, we got the, what do we have here? Wabash Cannonball, Shotgun Boogie, Humpty Dumpty Heart, Whoa Sailor, Squaws Along the Yukon, Rockin' in the Congo. Rockin' in the Congo. Do not know that one. That one could be a little bit out of bit of a reach for Hank Thompson. Rockin' in the Congo. Here's a lady I'm not familiar with. Lainey Kazan or Kazan on MGM. But look at the list of accolades, or the personal references she gets. She gets references. Dean Martin says she's fabulous. Then there's an ellipse. I don't know what Dean Martin said during that ellipse, but then he says sensational and great. Richard Chamberlain of the Thornbirds fame, says Lainey Kazan is the most exciting, scintillating, oh my goodness, there's a word I'm not going to say, my children might be listening, singer to come along in years. Merv Griffin says it's been a thrill to have Lainey on the show, and just think now we'll be able to have her around the house. Oh my goodness. Lainey Kazan hanging around Merv Griffin's house. All right, here we have a record that I already had, but my copy had a terrible split. Thank goodness whoever purchased this Cowboy Copas started a release at Sears. You heard of Sears before? There we go. Look at that. That is some ancient shrink wrap there. I'll just pull that off. Glorious. Thank you, previous owner. That is absolutely disgusting. It's done its job. Look at that glorious seam. Wow. That's a find right there. Need to do a little bit of cleaning along that edge, but the text, look at how bright and clean that is. Fantastic. So this is pre-crash Cowboy Copas. That Furlan Husky, also behind the shrink. I have not really done much of a dive into Furlan's music, but if it's classic country and it's cheap, I'm willing to pick it up. There we go. Here's a fellow I'm not familiar with, Lenny Welch on Cadence, covering the same sort of material. You might have heard Andy Williams perform here. We got Tony Bennett, number Stranger in Paradise, Taste of Honey, Ebb Tide, Darlin', I'm in the Mood for Love. That's some like easy listening type of singer here, I imagine. It's probably going to be a nice recording. Can't imagine they're going to spice things up too much on the Cadence label there, but clean mid-20th century vocal album for 25 cents. Got to give that a try. Now, here I am stepping into some very uncharted waters for me. I stumbled across someone's Norma Jean collection, and I've never owned a Norma Jean record. These were very clean shrink wraps. Almost ashamed to remove them. It's time for Norma Jean, and it's on that Dyna Groove, a 19 a yellow label, yuck, 1970. Yeah, they were already doing that nasty. It's practically Dynaflex right there. But anyway, this keep saying anyway. I'm trying to break my habit of saying that. Norma Jean, charming lady there. She got to be her own decorative lady on her record covers. There's Norma Jean again. This is Thank You for Loving Me. There she is, like a candid photo of her riding a horse and just looking adorable. And they have large enough font I can read. They have the some credits on the back, and I appreciate that. RCA Victor, this must be later than the last one, 72. But we can see here that we got Pete Drake playing on the steel guitar. Hargus Robbins, Pig Robbins there. We've got Buddy Harmon doing some drums, Harold Bradley on bass. So anyway, that she's got a good crew backing her up. That sounds like Chet Atkins believed in this lady. Gave her the full Johnny Rodriguez treatment there. The way those guys played on a lot of those Johnny Rodriguez records. All right. So here we have another Norma Jean. Of course, Johnny Rodriguez was not a RCA Victor recording artist. This is, I can't even read the title there. Country Giants. Are these other people's big country hits? But like, if you're a Norma Jean fan, she does mix it up with the hairstyles. I gotta say, wouldn't it have been fun to have been Norma Jean's hairstylist? That lady got some work. Look at the Norma Jean here, Norma Jean there. You never know what you're gonna get when Norma Jean puts out a new record. Learning that fast. Look at that. Very unpredictable. What does Norma Jean sing on this one here? Hey, good looking. Make the world go away. Harper Valley PTA. Slowly. Don't come home a drinking with loving on your mind. Here comes my baby back again. My goodness, she is. These are some country giants here. What else do we have? You can look at Norma Jean's face instead of mine. Crazy Arms is on side 2, as is Tiger by the Tail. Norma Jean, I hope you didn't reach too far with those, because a lot of those songs we have you know, a particular mind of what they should sound like. Here we got some more Norma Jean. Another hairstyle. Oh, I should show you this before, or should I say after the shrink. Now, if it turns out that Norma Jean is crap, you know, I've only invested a couple bucks into my Norma Jean collection. But if she is halfway decent to spectacular, I've made a very sound investment in good country music. So what does Norma Jean sing for us on this one? Norma Jean also had a fantastic dentist. Jackson ain't a very big town. Well, which Jackson are you talking about? If it's Jackson, Mississippi, I think the song maybe should be titled Jackson is a Dump. There's a song on here called Pursuing Happiness. That's something that I enjoy doing. Oh my goodness, here's a track called From the Church to the Bar Room. That could be an interesting number. I don't know if the church was, maybe it was a Wednesday night church meeting, and then somebody left the church to go to the bar room, because I imagine you know, if that was a true southern town, the bar room may have been closed on Sunday. Let's see what we got next. We got some more Norma Jean. Let's see what her hairstyle is. A World About a Great Talent from a Man. Oh, is that the name of the? Oh, this is called Body and Mind. Here she's posing with a guitar. I don't know if she's playing that guitar on this album, but we got a note from Chet Atkins about her. Chet Atkins says, this is Norma Jean's 8th album. Attesting to her stature and acceptance as a recording artist. I think her success can be attributed to the fact that she is most genuine and sincere in her work. Fantastic. She sings Truck Driving Woman. Ramblin' Man. There's Norma Jean there. There's Norma Jean with the guitar. Fantastic. Yesterday, I threw away the rose, and then Body and Mind. The song Promises, Promises is on here. If that's the one I know from Dionne Warwick, I don't like that song. Maybe Norma Jean could change my mind about that one. Maybe it's not the song that I don't like. Maybe it's Dionne Warwick that I don't like. Here we have another one. We got Norma Jean. This is the best of Norma Jean. This might be the one I need to start my Norma Jean listening adventures with. Oh, I've been forgetting to put the trash in the bag. I've been so distracted by this Norma Jean haul. So there she is. Look at that. Fabulous hair. Even better smile. Dazzling teeth. And then they encourage you to visit the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville, Tennessee. Let's see what we got here. We got Let's Go All the Way. Norma Jean, I thought you were a good girl. We got a song called The Shirt. I'm wearing 2 of them right now. So I guess this is not about, well, maybe it's about, you know, particular shirt. It's, you know, this is the narcissism that this technology has you know, really caused to run amok. I'm thinking about myself. Obviously, you know, Norma Jean wasn't thinking of me, or whoever wrote the song "The Shirt." This has nothing to do with me. I think, I don't know if Norma Jean's still alive, but I think Norma Jean and the songwriter of "The Shirt," they might be one and the same. The songwriter's not listed here. This person, whoever wrote "The Shirt," whoever was involved in the performance of the song and the recording of "The Shirt," they don't care what I think about it, really. Anyway, Norma Jean, the best of. What a great place to start. And that's you've seen my entire Norma Jean collection. Let's see what we have left. We got some more Shrink. Here's a record I already had, but I did not have it in the Shrink. This one, if I was an eBay seller and I said still in the Shrink, I think that would be slightly or majorly deceptive, because the Shrink is really mostly gone now. But there we have. It's not your regular old Pete Fountain record. It's a Godfrey Hirsch record. He's playing the vibes there. Oh, he's got the 2 mallets in the hand, does he? Fantastic. Pretty fancy. Now, I did make sure I locked up my early Herb Alpert collection quite a while ago. But whenever I see an early Herb Alpert in the Shrink for 25 cents, when the album cover and the record are both in sound shape, it's worth picking up for 25 cents. I think you'd agree that this could be worth $1 or $2. Fantastic. What does he do on this one? Got a lot of living to do. Oh, Lady Godiva. Got Casino Royale closes outside too. And they do let you know that you're going to be getting Casino Royale on the front cover. Look at this pairing. We got Jonah Jones, who normally has decorative blonde ladies on his album covers, but this time, because he's paired with Glenn Gray of the Glenn Gray and the Casa Loma Orchestra, instead of beautiful blonde ladies, we get a picture of a gray-haired, gray-mustached old man. But anyway, it still might sound fun. All right, we'll remove that one. This is the candid photos on the back. Jonah Jones and Glenn Gray appear to be getting along quite nicely. Beautiful collection. I mean, honestly, look at that. I'm sorry, beautiful condition, not collection. Look at that. Pretty nice corner there. That's about the worst. Oh, no, that, I mean... But fortunately, that's the back side. And fantastic Capital Rainbow label. Let's see what songs we get on here. After You've Gone. Oh, this starts off side 1 with Baubles, Bangles, and Beads. You know, that's one that can get a little tiresome. But if you don't like it, if you're not in the mood for something that, it's a brassy, easy listening number. You can skip ahead to Echoes of Harlem. Fantastic. Oh, Plaz Johnson plays saxophone on this. Fantastic. I do like that fella from the Pink Panther soundtrack. All right, got to see him play the Pink Panther at a Henry Mancini tribute concert at the Hollywood Bowl. Here's one called Perspective. And what we have here are interesting and unusual profiles of memorable events and the people who inspired them. That could be fun. Let's remove the shrink. And then you get a little breakdown of what some of those memorable events are going to be. Looks like they're going to keep them pretty short and to the point there. But I'm going to randomly pick a memorable person or event. Where the finger goes, no one knows. Okay, here's one. The heroic action taken by Captain John P. Cromwell of the U.S. Navy. Do you know Captain John P. Cromwell? Probably not, but I will after I listen to this record. Let's do one more. It's like, there we go. The memorable day when Babe Ruth turned and pointed to the center field fence. Oh, I know that story. Anyway, let's see what we got next. Babe Ruth could be so predictable. Got another Furlan Husky. Let's see what happens when I remove Furlan from the prison of the shrink. Song is called That's Why I Love You So Much. And let's see if we got some, oh, they got Faded Love on here, so he's tackling a classic Bob Wills song. Oh, we got San Antonio Rose, Tennessee Waltz. Hey, this could be a fun one. Capital Rainbow. Fun with Furlan Husky. Look at that. That shrink kept it nice and clean. I like it when people have the shrink on there and then they don't let trash and debris and filth get in through the space between the record and the plastic. Then that shrink just traps the filth. Here's another one in the shrink. We got, look at that disgusting shrink. Now, Roger Miller, do I already have this one? Of course. But when you got Roger Miller in the shrink with the man and the lady in the water on the back for 25 cents all day long. Roger Miller's looking down. You can see that he's in the wilderness there. It looks like, I don't think that's a staff. I think he's walking by and grabbing hold of this branch. But he's probably looking down, making sure there aren't any snakes. And then there's that couple in the water. Wonderful stuff. This is another record I already had, but an amazing shrink wrap here. This is when the shrink gets really tight and sticky. It's electronically reprocessed Bill Doggett. But for 25 cents, you just can't say no. Now this one did get a little bit, you can see a little dirt. A little bit dirty there. Dazzling white and somehow got a little discolored through that shrink. Sad, but that can happen. Here's a Chris Christopherson record I really don't know anything about. But I don't know that it's going to be one of his good ones. But for 25 cents, there we go. Does he do any memorable numbers on here? Eddie the Eunuch. Chris Christopherson singing about Eddie the Eunuch. Is this from a film? Eddie the Eunuch sounds like it's a surreal thing. You know, not a lot of people sing about eunuchs these days, or in the 70s, 1976. If you could list, you know, even let's say the decade, the 1970s, how many singer-songwriters wrote songs about eunuchs or performed songs about eunuchs in the 1970s? Probably just Chris Christopherson. So he's probably the, I don't know if this is a character from a movie, but the top singer-songwriter in the eunuch subgenre of singer-songwriting. Looking forward to that. Eunuchs used to be a really big thing back in the old days. Well, let's see what we got next. We got some polka music. I've been watching the old SCTV polka parodies on YouTube, and I got a little bit of a polka bug. But no John Candy here, but good stuff. And I did like that Jack Black polka movie as well. There's a regional polka act with Marv Herzog. If you don't know Marv Herzog, that's him right there. You can see the star quality written all over his face. There he is in black and white. Look at that. Some more Marv Herzog. The Bavarian Inn in Frankenmuth. It's at the Bavarian Festival with lyrics in... Oh my goodness, that's amazing. It's on the Sound. I don't know what label that is. Is the label called the Sound label? Let's see what the... Oh, what's this? Is this that lyrics? Yeah, it's still there. The lyrics. So, I'm gonna work on my German pronunciations. There's a song called Bier, Bier, Herr, Bier, Herr. Bier, Herr, oder ich fall dumm. Fantastic. And I don't know if I'm saying the words right, but I could learn German from listening to this. Fantastic. I know that beer, B-I-E-R, is the same as B-E-E-R in English. So I'm off to a good start. I'm putting these lyrics back in. Fantastic. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Oh, I forgot to... Oh, the reason why I didn't check the... Look at it. I would have to pull the whole thing out. And I don't think you really care what label that came from. We're getting near the end of the spectacular, folks. Here we got Glenn Campbell in the Shrink for 25 cents. You got it all day long. Good guitar playing on Gentle on My Mind. Oh, let me get my water. If you're not drinking water, yodder. All right. Somebody I don't know. This is Randy Barlow. I do not like the way he's holding the microphone there. I would not encourage that approach. When I hold the microphone, I actually prefer to leave the mic in the stand as much as possible. I also prefer to wear an undershirt, even if you have limited chest hair like this gentleman. You can see that's just sweaty and gross. It just runs from his neck. And if you think the chain helps, it doesn't. Especially that chain, it's not impressing anybody. But we had some steel guitar on here. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give this a shot. There's a song called Long Distance Driver. That could be great. Lay Back in the Arms of Someone. Not very selective, is he? We got Louisiana Delta. Oh, side 2 starts off with Lovely Lady. That could be fun right there. We have, what's this fella's name? Randy Barlow featuring Sweet Melinda. Melinda is a nice name, isn't it, folks? Melinda. You ever know a Melinda who isn't sweet? I sure have. Yeah, anyway, sometimes that happens that way. Anyway, we got a song here called The Best of Floyd Tillman. Not a song, an album, The Best of Floyd Tillman. And you don't see a lot of pictures of Floyd Tillman. You don't see a lot of Floyd Tillman out there in the wild, do you? But there he is. Oh, look at those sideburns, Floyd Tillman. Look at those teeth. He could have asked Norma Jean about where to find a dentist. Good golly. But anyway, there's The Best of Floyd Tillman. If he was performing in this day and age, they would have made sure he was covered up with the veneers. But we got some Slipping Around. All right, This Cold War with You. You know what, Floyd Tillman? I don't I'll speak for the ladies, but with teeth like that, don't expect to be kissed too often. Here we go again. Joe Stampley, I'll Be Loving You. There's Joe in a classic vehicle. But let's get rid of that shrink that's kept this thing in such nice shape over the years. This has gone 30 minutes. It is truly a spectacular. I'll go until the battery dies, I guess. Here we go. Bam. Joe's looking back at you. Look at that. Looks like he's got some kind of motive there. We got Jerry Kennedy producing this. Do we have some? We had some familiar names on here. Musicians. Let's see who pops up. Weldon Myrick. There we go. Pig Robbins. Fantastic. And Joe Stampley in the El Dorado with the dice in the mirror. Oh, and I just poked my head with the corner of that wonderfully clean record. All right, just got a few to go, I think. Oh yeah, we're getting near the end of this party. Here we got this fella, Kenny Dale. Don't know who he is. 25 cents. He had some nice country western steel guitar. You know, this instrumentals on here, I think. Sorry, my brain. The instruments listed here. My brain and my mouth are deciding to work together again. Can't remember if I recognized any of these performers, but we got some of the telltale instruments of what might be a good album. Here we got Perry Como. Don't knock the smooth vocals of Perry Como until you've tried them. Here we have Perry Goes to Nashville. This is The Scene Changes. So with the Anita Kerr Quartet, and he's mixing it up with Chet Atkins here. But I know the song, oh, he does Funny How Time Slips Away. Wow. Wow. He does, what's the song? Dreamer. Huh. Oh, Dream On, Little Dreamer. All right. So anyway, here we have Perry Como going Countrypolitan, I guess. Could be wonderful, right? You know, it was bound to happen. Countrypolitan brings in the sounds of the big city performers to Nashville, and then they get Perry Como coming to town. Anyway, that's a far price from where it all a far distance. From where it all started at a far pace. Here we have Joe Bob Barnhill. I wasn't familiar with the name. I recognized a couple of the songs, Party Dolls and Wine, and the song Man with No Soul at All, which Johnny Bush performed very well on his Reflections album. That's a great CD you could pick up. As a recommendation. Johnny Bush also does just a great job on that song Troubadour, George Strait number, and then the All the Rage in Paris. Fantastic. Joe Bob Barnhill. Look at that. Fantastic. Think I'm gonna love it, right? What's next? The end of the show. We've got Woody Herman. This is more of a baggie than a shrink. That's it's nice. Kept it loose. No worry about warping. Here we have Woody Herman and his orchestra Rhapsody in Wood, and this is limited edition. This album is number, looks like 700 in a limited edition of 3,000 copies, and is already a collector's item. Well, I guess I stuck it to that big fat cat record store that I purchased this grail from. This collectible valued item that they foolishly sold me for 25 cents. But what do we got on here? We got, I guess, live transcriptions. But we do have Stan Getz and Zoot Sims making an appearance on this in the late 40s. So that'll be fun. Now, that's the end of my shrink party. Well, my goodness, now it's time to let the real partying begin. New Year's Eve night is now upon us here in Dallas. I'm not sure when I'll get this posted, but I'm about to have a good time. Thank you all for watching, and may 2023 be the best in the 2020 series that we've had so far. Thank you so much.